Guys, okay, so I have a few videos for you guys today. I recorded my January wrap-up twice and tried uploading it twice, and it would not upload either time, and I don't know if I was making it too long or what, but yeah, so I'm gonna try to talk about that again right now, and hopefully it won't last too long, but because I'm trying to make it a lot shorter, I'm gonna have to be kind of really quick and vague about some of my reviews, so apologies for that. But, okay, so the first two books that I read in January were All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr and Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'm going to post two separate reviews on each of those because one was so amazing that I have to talk about it more, and the other was bad enough that I have to talk about it more. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr was amazing, and I gave it, I think, 4.5 or 5 stars. I may have given it 4.5 because in the beginning, it did take me a bit to get into it, but in the end, I loved it, and it was amazing, and his writing is beautiful, and his characters are wonderful, and I highly recommend it to everyone, and I know that it's been all over BookTube for a while now, but I got my copy from the library, so that's why it took me so long to read it, because I had to wait 4 months in line at my library to read it. But yeah, that was amazing, and I'm going to do a separate review on that. And Wuthering Heights, I had to give a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I knew that I most likely wasn't going to like it, but I thought that the writing was going to make me like it a little bit more than I expected, and that turned out not to be true. I did end up liking the writing enough that that's why I did give it a 2.5 instead of like a 1, but yeah, I don't like that book, and I need to rant about it more, so I will do a separate review on that one as well. And then I read a bunch of little things this month. I read The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which is a short story. I can't talk today, I'm sorry. Which is a short story by F. Scott Fitzgerald that the movie from 2009 is based on. And I did not like this short story because the movie did things differently than the short story, and I liked the way the movie did it better. It is one of the only instances where I've ever liked a film better than a book. And honestly, the short story was just so much more depressing. And, okay, the short story was more depressing, and also the way F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote about Benjamin's disorder, or disease, or condition, or whatever you want to call it, it made so much less sense to me than the film. The way they did it in the film, it made perfect sense in my head. The way he wrote it, I was like, I cannot wrap my head around this. I don't get it. So, yeah, didn't like that, gave it away. Yep. And then I read Life on the Refrigerator Door by Alice Coopers, which I gave, I think, a 4 out of 5 stars. It was beautiful. It's about a mother-daughter relationship where the mother is diagnosed with breast cancer, very sadly, and it's about the effect that that has on their lives and their relationship, and the entire story is told through notes that they leave for each other on the refrigerator door, and it was really good, but it was the kind of book where I read it really quickly, and usually if a book is very short, it's not something that I'll read over and over again. I don't know why, but yeah, it was the kind of thing where I wanted to share it with other people, so I gave it away. And then I read Matchless by Gregory Maguire, which is his version of The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen, or his take on it. And I hadn't read The Little Match Girl before, even though I have a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale collection. I was combining those two, but anyway. It was really good. I quite enjoyed it. I love Gregory Maguire anyway. So that was probably why I enjoyed it so much. So I recommend it to any Gregory Maguire fan, but I also recommend it if you're just starting to get into his stuff and you like don't want to read something that's as big as Wicked or Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister. I definitely recommend that one because it's like a little picture book and it was cute. But I also gave this one away because even though I really enjoyed it, it wasn't the kind of thing that I was going to pick up over and over again. So gave that away, but I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars as well. And then I read Saga Volume 1, which, it's by Brian K. Vaughan, and, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The reason I had to dock it a star is because and I know I'm in the minority on this, but I wasn't digging the art as much as other people. I love the colors. I thought the colors were gorgeous, but the lines are harsher than something that I like. When it comes to comics and just any illustrations, really, I love when it's soft and when they look like paintings and when the characters really look like real people, rather than the normal comic style, which is harsh lines. And so that took me a while to get used to, and I ended up, towards the end, I was okay with the art style, but I still wasn't loving it as much as other people. There were certain panels that I completely loved, but they were kind of few and far between. And also the species, like the way some of the species are illustrated, just, I couldn't get used to it. Like the sextillion women, where they're like giant heads and then legs. I couldn't. That was too weird for me. And same with the Robot Kingdom, where it's TVs for heads and then human bodies. I couldn't. I don't know. For some reason, I just couldn't wrap my head around that. But things that I loved about it were, like I said before, the color patterns were just beautiful. The story itself I loved. Alana, or Elena, is probably my favorite character right now. Same with Hazel. Just because I love Hazel's narration from when she's older. I love the way she narrates the story. I think it's great. And I really like Marco too, but just Elena and futuristic Hazel are my two current favorites. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I'm excited to read Volume 2. And I also read 66 Pages of American Gods by Neil Gaiman, which I was really enjoying, but then I got into the classics mood and I wanted to read Wuthering Heights, so I did that, which was unfortunate because I didn't like it, but now I'm glad that I have read it. But anyway, so I will be finishing American Gods in February. And, oh, I also read Texts from Jane Eyre by Mallory Ortberg, which is, she has taken all of these literary characters and put them in modern-day texting situations, where it's like, what would these characters be like if they lived today and had cell phones and could text each other? And I only read the ones where I knew the characters in the story. I read the Jane Eyre one, the Wuthering Heights one, all the Austen ones that were in there, Harry Potter, Babysitter's Club, but then I avoided others that I haven't read yet, like Daisy Miller, and I think I avoided The Odyssey because I'm reading that right now, and ones that I wanted the story not to be spoiled for me, I avoided, and I will check the book out again once I have read those things. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I highly recommend it to any literary nerds, basically. I thought it was great. Okay, so I think that's all that I read, and hopefully I got this in pretty, yeah, okay, it's under 10 minutes, that's good. Let me know what you guys think of anything I've read, and like I said, I will put reviews for Wuthering Heights and All the Light We Cannot See up separately. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.